everybody. Welcome to Ad America TV. My name is Genara, and I am one of the e-guides here in Ad America. I hope that everyone is staying safe and healthy on this wonderful evening. And if you're new here, Ad America is the U.S. Embassy's American Center, and our mission is to provide a space for young Indonesians to learn more about the United States. This evening, we'll be having another session of Metropolitan Toastmasters International Women's Day Break the Bias. But before we begin today's session, let's spice things up with a little trivia. Our trivia question for today is it true or false? Gender bias is the tendency to privilege one gender over another. Stay tuned until the end of our session because we will be giving a live shout out for those who can answer the question correctly. And now, without further ado, let's welcome the president of Metropolitan Toastmasters Club, Attila Salsabila. Kak Attila, the time is yours.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Genara. What a very nice question to open the meeting. So you guys can participate by answering the question through the comment section of At America's media channel. So good evening, everyone, my fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. How are you going? Kindly unmute your voice because we believe that everyone wants to see your awesome spirit. How are you going?
Yeah, good.
Hi, Christian. Thank you. So thank you, everyone. So I hope everything is well with you and your family. I am Attila, the president of Metropolitan Toastmasters Club. I'm so delighted to welcome you in our meeting tonight. So for those of you who have not been here before, Toastmasters International is a US headquartered nonprofit organization, basically a place to practice public speaking, improving communication skill, also to build some of leadership skills. So, okay, and tonight we have the meeting Break the Bias in order to celebrate the International Women's Day. And okay, so without further ado, I will open the meeting by the sound of this clap. So the meeting is officially open, and I will be giving the control to our Toastmasters of the meeting, Toastmasters Hugo. Toastmasters Hugo, the Zoom is yours.
Am I audible? Let me share screen first. Is it possible? Is it visible, right? Okay. Thank you, Madam J.A. Hello, everyone. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and soon-to-be Toastmasters, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our regular meeting today. Tonight, for about 2 hours, we're going to have fun. So please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere because, yeah, we have fun today. Well, my name is Hugo Cantona from Metropolitan Toastmasters, and today I will be your Toastmaster of the meeting. Initially, I want to introduce you our executive committee for the batch of 2021-2022. First, we have Madam President, Toastmaster Attila, hello. And then we have Vice President of Education, Christopher Susanto, Vice President of Membership, Faisal Parlindungan, and then also we have Vice President of Public Relations, Toastmaster Wita. Hello, Toastmaster Wita. And then we have Secretary and Treasurer, Toastmaster Wiwit. We have Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Rido. And last but not least, we have immediate past President, Toastmasters Cecilia Astri. For those of you who might not familiar what is Toastmaster, well, basically, Toastmaster International is a non-profit educational organization that teaches us about public speaking and also leadership skills. Now, we have more than 16,200 clubs around the world. And with more than 300,000 wow, that's huge that are spread around the world. Even though we are focusing on public speaking, but here we get a lot of things. We can enhance our communication skills, boost our organizing skills, expand your network, and many, many more. If you're becoming a member, first you need to choose one of 11 specialist learning paths you can choose. And then in each path, you have a specific project. In one path, you need to exit for about 5 levels and for about 14 projects. And now I'm going to inform you our agenda today. First, we have table topic session. Table topic sessions is open for all adult audiences, guests, and members. This is like imagine that you are in Miss Universe, you are contestant, and each contestant will be given one question or statement, and you have to think fast and answer the question directly for about 1 and 2 minutes of speech. So for all the guests, I recommend you to try this section. And then the second, we have prepared speech session. It is for member only. They will be performing their speech based on their projects. The duration is about 5 until 7 minutes. And the last one is evaluation session. All the prepared speech session will be evaluated by evaluators. And he or she will be giving the evaluation for about 2 until 3 minutes. Now, today we have theme that is break the bias. Why? Because today we are also celebrating International Women's Day. Imagine a gender equal world, a world free of bias, stereotypes, and discrimination, a world that diverse and inclusive, a world where different is valued and celebrated. Together, we can forge women's equality. Collectively, we can all break the bias. So let's celebrate women achievement, raise awareness against the bias, take action for equality. And last but not least, we have word of the day. That is dignity. Once again, dignity. Dignity is a state or quality of being worthy of honor or respect. For example, every person should be treated with dignity and respect. So for all the participants, all the speakers, do not forget to insert dignity in your speech. Okay, we'll move on. Now, I'm going to invite our general evaluator, Toastmaster Attila. Toastmaster Attila, the floor is yours. Toastmaster Attila, are you ready? Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Toastmaster Attila, are you there? I think she has a problem with her network. Okay. Toastmaster Attila.
I think you can take over this one to explain the each role and calling up each person for the role.
Oh, okay. Okay, first, I will invite our grammarian for today, Toastmaster Nikki Teo. Toastmaster Nikki Teo, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, TOM Hugo. All right, I'm Nikki, and I'm your grammarian for today. As the grammarian, it is my responsibility to observe all speakers on their grammar and language usage. So I will highlight interesting quotes that are used and also suggest areas to improve in terms of language and grammar usage. Thank you so much, and over back to you, TOM.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nikki, for your explanation. And then we have and WOD counter. Toastmaster Rafi. Toastmaster Rafi, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hugo. By the way, am I audible?
Yes, loud and clear.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So tonight uh, I will serve as an counter. So what is an counter? So the purpose of the counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pause fillers by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen for overused words, including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds, including and I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or phrase, such as I, or this means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used this expression. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hugo. Back to you.
Thank you for the explanation, Toastmaster Rafi. And then we have timer, Toastmaster Dita. Toastmaster Dita, the time is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hugo. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dita, and as the timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red background, which denotes specific time remaining. Table topic speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will change my background into green. And at 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will change my background into yellow. And at 2 minutes, I will change the background into red. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech times. Most other speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will change my background into green. At 6 minutes, I will change my background into yellow. And then at 7 minutes, I will change the background into red. And the individual evaluations should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will change the background into green. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will change the background into yellow. And at 3 minutes, I will change the background into red. That's my role for today. I'll give the control back to the Toastmaster Hugo. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dita. And last but not least, we have ballot counter. Toastmaster Christopher. Toastmaster Christopher, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hugo. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you have.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Christopher, and today I'm served as a ballot counter. Before that, what is ballot counter? Ballot counter is conducting polling for each session. Since we have 3 sessions during the meeting, table topic, prepare speech, and evaluation session for and the end of the session, respectively, you only put your voting perfectly to me through this Zoom private chat. And then before the end of the meeting, I'll announce who is the best speaker for each session. That's from me. I pass back to Toastmaster Hugo. The screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Christopher. And thank you all the role takers for your explanation today. Now, we are going to move on to the next agenda. The first session is table topic session. I will invite our table topic master. Please give applause. Warm welcome Toastmaster Wita. Toastmaster Wita, the floor is yours.
Okay, hi everyone. How is everyone tonight? I hope everyone is fine, well, and healthy wherever you are. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Toastmaster. Okay. Okay, is it visible my screen?
Yes, visible.
Okay. Happy International Women's Day to all women all across the universe. It's very an exciting day for us to get celebrated for everything that we do, or just basically for being existing, just being a woman. Okay, today I have an 8 topics for table topics. It's a very light topics, easy, fun, like just for fun. Does anyone wants to try? Okay, I cannot see my chat box, so if you want, just raise your hand, or I'm gonna have to call. Okay, I can see my chat box. Okay, let's see who do we have here. Toastmaster Arjo, would you like to try? Oh my god. Oops, sorry. Does anyone would like to try?
May I try?
Toastmaster Melissa? Okay.
Yes, I am.
Okay, which one would you like to try? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I'll pick number 8.
8. Okay. Share with us about your favorite female superhero and why you adore them. Do you got it? Are you ready?
Uh, Please give me around 30 seconds to think.
Okay, sure thing. Share with us about your favorite female superhero and why you adore them. Whenever you are ready, Toastmaster Melissa.
Okay, I'm ready.
The screen is yours.
I was born is as the first child of 3. Since I was child, I grew up in a very, very thoughtful family. I'm blessed to have such a caring and love family. My mom is an ordinary woman. She's a housewife. At first, I didn't look up to her. I think that why my mom is a housewife mom. At first, I adored someone who worked in the office, who has a high position. Maybe she can lead an organization with 100 people or employees within. But as I grew up in my family, my point of view gradually changed. Why? Because my mom is a proof in front of my eye. Although she is a housewife, but she is a tough woman. She is a mother of 3. She has to do a lot of housewife chores every day without feeling tired a bit second. She's always patient with us, 3 children, and each of us has our own desires. So yeah, I cannot imagine how tough her life. So as I grow up, I think that it doesn't need to be a Wonder Woman, superhero film or movie, but my mom, an ordinary housewife woman, can be a hero for me
an inspiration for me. So thanks, my mom. I learned how to be a tough woman from you. Thank you. Back to TTM.
Hey, that is such a very sweet message and speeches that you shared with us about your mom, about how tough she is, and for raising three children, and also managed to work and all that. Happy International Women's Day to also your mom. Okay, for the next one, who wants to try? Number 8 is taken. We have one, two, three, four, five, six, and 7. Anyone? Maybe Toastmaster Swamintaya. Would you like to try?
To check Western in balance and also a reasonable way. For instance, we have to give them, for instance, a toy. Certainly, a toy, we must give the toy which usually used by the girl, by the female. For instance, what is puppet or doll. And for the boys, we must give something toys for them, for a meal. For instance, say it cars, or if they, but are not, although not good, maybe say it gun or sword or something, right? But we must remind them that be careful. You may not use it in reality, but you must know the name of this weapon. Uh, Thirdly, if we will equip them, it must be based on their comprehension. For instance, uh, the same the same what is the same object is everything we must do based on honesty, when honesty and sincerity. That is the education is quite important for them, for boys and girls. Uh, for boys, we must try to educate them with the with a little bit, although not 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 quickly way, but we must give them a little bit for their future. They must have uh, all lessons which they receive in the classroom. Also, the girls like the same. For for the boys, for instance, they have to do based on the truth. And for girls too, must learn once again honesty and sincerity. We have to give the boys, they have to work, they have they will get everything, but in the one condition they must work hard. Also the girl. So I think it is all from the subject which I can tell you. But okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Swamintaya. I think I agree with you that about that we have to give out a balance on how we raise boys and girls, and that maybe we can, from my own opinion, that maybe we could ask them like what they are interested about, and we do not put barriers on anything that they want to do when they are grow up. Thank you, Toastmaster Swamintaya. For the next one, who wants to try? Okay, wait. Okay, we have number one, two, four, five, six, and 7. Okay, we have Akila here, soon to be Toastmaster Akila. Can you turn your camera on so we could all see you? Okay. Toastmaster, soon to be Toastmaster Akila.
Hi.
Okay, hello. Which
Hello.
number? Okay, which number would you like to pick?
Maybe 5?
5. Okay.
Yes.
Behind every successful woman is herself. Behind every successful woman is herself. Toastmaster, soon to be Toastmaster Akila, are you ready?
Can you please give me 30 seconds?
Sure, whenever you're ready.
Okay. So we need to mention the dignity and the word of the, excuse me.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
not mandatory, but it would be great if you could mention that. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. So how long do I need to talk?
Yes. Are you ready now?
No, I mean the duration to
1 to 2 minutes. You can
one.
pin the Toastmaster, our timer, Toastmaster Dita, to see your time duration.
Okay.
Are you ready now?
Yeah.
Okay. The
Sure.
Zoom is yours.
All right. So behind every woman, um, so um, the dignity in every woman is a very essential way. I think it's very essential for women to have a dignity and um, to respect each other. I think the dignity itself is something that we should be proud of. I remember that time when I watched the serial drama of the infamous one where Reza Rahadian and Putri Marino played, and there was a scene where Putri Marino said that the only thing that women has to keep is her dignity. I think it really inspired me that whenever it is, I think until the yes, it is favorite series. Uh, if my mom watched it, and yeah, I think it really inspired me that um, no matter how hard it is for women, it is the one that we always have to keep it until I think the end of our life, and it really inspired me because uh, when the women I mean, the husband of the wife cheated on her, and she kept that saying that um, you know she kept saying that she wants to get divorced. I think it's one of the examples in drama series, and it's very different from the last thing that we always watch in the television lately, and it just makes it's different from the other drama series. I think it's really inspiring, and it really gave the example of the breaking the bias, right? Because it just gives the the explanation that women can be herself and can be happiness by her own self, and just being with her daughter, and it doesn't have to be like because the couple get cheated from her. And yeah, I think I don't know how to explain it, but it's very different from things that we always watch in the television, like the the wife just kept asking the husband to please come back to me, and this is for the best for our daughter, for our children. No, but the wife itself is very strong, and she has a very strong opinionated, and she was she's just I mean she's very inspirational for other women. Yeah, I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Yay, thank you, soon to be Toastmaster Akila. I seriously agree with you on that part where what woman has to keep is their dignity, you know. totally agree with Putri Marino. I watch that too. I mean, we all do, right? Okay, for the next one, who wants to try? Oh wait, I forgot to share my screen. We still have five topics. I would like to challenge. Maybe I would like to challenge our new member, Toastmaster Eki, who is going to have his first um oh his first, why do I keep doing that? His first speech today. Toastmaster Eki, would you like to try?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, can you turn your camera? Okay. Hi, Toastmaster Eki. It's good to know you. Okay, which number would you want to choose? Three, four, 5, and 8 is taken.
Oh, maybe two. Can I choose two?
Number 2 is, how would you define fight like a girl? How would you define fight like a girl? Are you ready, Toastmaster Rizky?
Maybe I need like 30 seconds.
Okay. Okay, are you ready now?
Maybe for me, fight like a girl is not using physical, but because yeah, yeah, it's objective, it's factual that girl is yeah maybe not having not stronger than man when we say physical attributes. Yeah, it's scientific. You can check the mean of weight of woman and you can measure the weight of man too. Yeah, so girl will fight with another way, with a clever way. Maybe they will fight with her, her or their intelligence, or they or her will fight uh, with her or their connection, the relationship between other people, and yeah. But you will know that girl may be better at men at their perks for me. So as a girl, they will find a new and smart way to overcome men when they compete. Yeah, that's for me. That's by me.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Rizky, for your speech. As for me, I think fight like a girl would be like just fight to be like on to be yourself. Like you don't have to be like strong or like more intelligent than others, or just be like yourself and how you would handle situation like physically or like more intellectually or in like some kind of way you have to use your emotion. Fight is not always like physical, right? It can all it can be something on social media, on a comment section, on TikTok, right? All you have to do is using your sarcasm and some funny stuff sometimes. Okay, we still have 4 topics. Who wants to try? Maybe there are some couples of new names that I have never seen before. Maybe soon to be Toastmaster Arjo, who would maybe you would like to try, or soon to be Toastmaster Nur Madia. We still have 4 slots, which is very fun, and it can help you train your public speaking. Anyone? Maybe? Maybe Toastmaster Rafi wants to try. Come on, give me a hand.
Let's try. Let's try.
Okay, let me share my screen.
Then
There.
nobody will count my or filler words or word of the
I'll
day,
do it.
but
I'll do it for you.
pass it to me then
Okay.
after this. Go on. What do I have?
1, 1, 4, 6, and 7.
4, 6, 7. Let's try with one. Let's try with one.
The rise of women is not the fall of men. I think you already read that. The rise of men is not the fall of women. Toastmaster Rafi,
Tough
the
and tough.
the Zoom is yours.
Give me 15 seconds to think.
Okay, 15 seconds. 10, 10.
Rise of woman is not for men.
Come on, it's very easy.
Okay.
The Zoom is yours.
Okay. Fellow Toastmaster and guests, currently I work in a tech company that most of the people in the company is men, and some of my team members are women, but they are minority. I think the woman only counts as probably 25% of the company, and those women, even though they work in a man setting industry where where this industry has been dominated by men for years, and the women in my company have been pushing through to have better career, to have uh, to have to have more responsibility in their work, and that's what they're doing right now, and I admire them for that. One of the example is my colleague. She is a woman. She works as a software engineer, where a lot of uh, software engineer are men, and then for the past year, she have been struggling with the man beside her, because they because she thinks that software engineers or coding or logic are for men. But this woman, she is pushing through to be her best version, the best version of herself. She learns every day about coding. She learns about how to be good software engineer. She learns about communication as well. She learns also about communication, so she could communicate better with her team. So I think, in that sense, uh, the rise of woman is not the fall of the man. So if you could empower women, I think it would benefit the whole organization. And then, if you're a company, it would probably makes you better, because you are seen as an organization that elevate women. And I think that reflects also in Toastmaster, where we can see that some of our leaders in this club are also women, and we could see how awesome this club is. So, to reflect on the statement that the PowerPoint has given me, so I think I agree that when you elevate women, when you empower women, the whole organization benefit, and the rise of women also, I think, would become the benefit of the men as well. So that will be all from me. Thank you.
Yay, thank you, Toastmaster Rafi. I very agree with whenever there is a case where woman enters a field of work where there are more men than more men than women, they would be like, this is man's work. And when a woman is doing a mostly men's job, it's not we are taking over the place, like we want just to be like equal, because we are capable of doing what men can do, and also that men can do what we can do, right? So we are in the same road together. Okay, up next is Toastmaster Christian. Hi.
Hi.
Sorry.
I've been in Toastmaster for years and I haven't been friend with those table topic.
Okay, now you
Okay.
choose. We have four. Wait. 4, 6, 7. Yeah, 4, 6, 7.
Let's go with number 6.
Okay. Wait,
Oh,
we
okay.
already. Wait. Wait. Is it
Let's go with number 7.
7? Okay, sorry. I
No worries.
I don't remember. Okay. Gender equality today for a sustainable tomorrow. Actually, this is a tagline for this year's International Women's Day theme. So I'm using this one. Are you ready, Chris?
Okay.
Okay, the floor is yours.
Gender equality today for better tomorrow. Um, I'm the type of person who doesn't believe that uh, people need to be segregated or to be differentiated based on gender, because I believe that the skill and aptitude will be the one that has to be seen as the differentiating factor between one person to the other. Even though they are still gender segregation, I felt that it is a, it is an issue that has to be solved like decades ago. Even though I felt that some of it are still around, but I felt the barrier between the gender is getting lesser, is getting thinner, and I believe that each person will have the ability to work together for better tomorrow if they are not differentiated based on gender. And I believe that each person will have their own qualification in making sure that the decision they make today, the fight, the struggle that they make today, is for the better tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. That is such a quick, simple, and quite meaningful for the topic, for a better tomorrow. Okay. Um, Next is Toastmaster Hugo. Can you unmute yourself? Okay. This one is easy. We have number 4 and number 6.
I will choose lucky number 7.
Sorry.
Which one left?
4
4
and
and
6.
I will choose number 6. I think.
Yeah. How women empowerment can be achieved. How women empowerment can be achieved. Are you ready, Toastmaster Hugo?
That give me a moment to think
10,
fast.
10 seconds.
Okay. Well, thank you for a very challenging question, Toastmaster Rita. How empowerment of human can be achieved nowadays? I think the first thing that we as a society can do is that acceptance. Accept that we are diverse. Accept that we are colorful, regardless our gender, our religion, race, sex orientation, and many more. If that one can be achieved, I believe that everyone can be more open about their mindset, can be open about the way of their thinking, how society should do. I mean, like nowadays people tend to classify someone by her gender, maybe. Like, for example, a household should be done by a woman, a wife, and the other side, a job should be done by a man to give the money for the family. I think that the first thing that we can do is that we have to erase that kind of conventional thing. And after that, after all of us, all the society can change, can improve our mindset, I think the woman empowerment nowadays can be achieved. And I believe it's still going on. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hugo. I definitely agree with you that it is nowadays, I think it's very much more easier than the past to achieve a woman empowerment because you see there's a lot of women in the field right now, not just like men. And actually, I know a mutual friend of mine that actually the dad is actually staying home and the mom is the one who work. And I think it's very, very, very cute. Okay. The last one is Toastmaster Attila. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, I'll share the screen first.
Oh my
We
god, this is such a very hard course from Lisa. I
okay.
hate tabletop game.
Okay, is it number 4? I think it's number 4. Okay, it's easy. Tell us about a woman figure who changed your life. Tell
Ah,
us about a woman figure who changed your life. It could be me though. I'm
wait.
joking.
So I get 30 seconds to think.
10.
Oh my god, I want 30.
Cepetan. Sorry, go. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? It's already 45 seconds. Okay. The floor is yours.
Okay. Thank you so much, Madam TTM Toastmasters Wita. So let me give a try. So yeah, my fellow Toastmasters, who are the women that I inspire the most? Um, so in the last decade, the right for gender equality to be more and more expressed by everybody. So of course, this kind of thing create a more and more opportunities as well for many women in this world. So like women can be participate more, whether in education, in work, or even politics thing or etc. But the question is, does all these women happy with this current with this like more opportunities? Like for instance, in Indonesia, more and more leaders in the like BUMN is to be more and more women and something like that. So according to my lastly, I listened to a podcast, and then this podcast bring a current research that by all these opportunities that available for women does not make does not mix 100% to so that this woman is happy with these opportunities. So like why these women are not happy with this current opportunities is because by being a woman we are being charged in a like double or maybe triple expense, like for example, by being the by being the wife, for example, a wife that pick to be that choose to be work, and then she has children, of course, and then she should take care all the things in regards the household, but in the same time she also has the responsibility to do the job. So it doesn't 100%, it's not have so 100, it is not sure that by having this opportunity make all the women happy. But like what I'm trying to say is maybe by being maybe the woman that I adore most is my coworkers, because my coworkers, uh, yeah, she works. She has a she has a child, but she something like prove me like, yeah, we can juggle thing between things. You know, you can work, you can develop yourself, but you still have children and family and some blah 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 things. So many things that should be taken care of. So what this actually opened my mind. Okay, I can be a mom, but I can be also yeah uh, uh, get some achievement in my work, but I'm still be I can still be a mom. So yeah, that's all from me. Toastmasters Wita, thank you for the hard force. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Attila. I see what you are saying there, that all of the women who inspires you are the working moms who also full-time moms and also working and doing other things. And yeah, basically this is the end of our session, table topics, and I will be giving the control back to Toastmaster Hugo, our Tom of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Wita, for preparing a very challenging question for us today. And what a very fun session tonight. Congratulations, all of us. I think, yeah, all of us nailed it, the questions. Now it's time for us to vote. Who is the most favorite table topic speakers? But before that, I want to make sure that all the contestants are eligible to be voted. So where is the timer? Could you please inform us the report?
Yes, thank you, Toastmaster Hugo. I will report the timer. Most of them are qualified except Toastmaster Swamin Taya, Akila, and Rafi, also Attila, because they are all spoke for more than 3 minutes.
Okay, so let me rephrase. It means that the one who are eligible is only Toastmaster Melissa, Chris, and Hugo. Am I correct?
They are who qualified are Toastmaster Melissa, Toastmaster Eki, Christian, and Hugo.
Okay, there are 4 people who are qualified. Okay, now it's time for us to vote. Who do you think is the most favorite one tonight? So the ballot counter will be giving the instruction in the column chats below. Now it's time for us to think which one is the most favorite one. Oh, I think all of us have to privately chat to the ballot counter, Christopher. I will give you a moment of silence to think and vote. It can be started now. Okay, all of you, you can vote. Don't forget to vote. Don't be abstain. You can choose Toastmaster Melissa, Toastmaster Eki, Toastmaster Christopher, Christian, Christian or Christopher? This one.
Christian.
Christian, sorry. I forgot. And also me. Okay, we still have a time. Have you voted, all of you?
Done and done.
Done.
Okay, time is up. Thank you. And now we are moving on to the next session. That is prepared speech session. Tonight we have 2 candidates that are going to perform their speech based on their pathway. The first one will be introduced by the evaluator. Without further ado, I will give the control to Toastmaster Christian. Toastmaster Christian, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hugo. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I will be doing the role of evaluator number 1 of Toastmaster Rizky Halasan. Toastmaster Rizky Halasan will be doing Pathway Innovative Planning Level 1, project number 1, Icebreaker. And the purpose of this speech is going to be how Toastmaster Rizky Halasan introduced himself to the audience, as well as learn the basic structure of a public speech. I will be noting down what aspects of a speech that Toastmaster Rizky Halasan are very good at, as well as the aspects of speech that needs to be improved. So this is Toastmaster Eki, we call him. First speech ever in Toastmasters, and I would like to congratulate him for taking the first step to deliver a speech in Metropolitan Toastmasters Club. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let us welcome Toastmaster Rizky Halasan. Introduction to myself, Toastmaster Rizky Halasan.
Thank you, Toastmaster Christian. First, let me introduce myself. But firstly, I must say thank you to Attila to introduce me in maths in Metropolitan Toastmasters. She invite me to a Zoom meeting like this. The theme is I can remember now. It's about National Eating Day or National Pizza Day, and the word of day at that time is eat. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rizky Halasan. You can call me Eki. I am 25 years old now, and my goal to join Toastmasters is to find new friend and also get a new vibe. And I expect that in this group, in this Toastmaster, the 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 people is quite diverse. Not in my workplace. In my workplace, the personality is such similar because I know that the people in the workplace is filtered by human resources. In Indonesia, we say saringan SDM. Yeah, and maybe I will let you all know that I am introvert and anti-mainstream. The introvert is my best word that describe me because since I was born, I am introvert and until now. But maybe I need to make me more extrovert person because I am too introvert. Sometimes I Google more than I talk to people, and the COVID situation. Of course, not the disease. I don't like the disease, but I like the situation, the work from home situation, especially when I get to work from home. It's very, very nice, and I love it very much. Yeah, but when I work from office, I didn't love it because I have to prepare much preparation to go to office. And the second quality of me maybe is anti-mainstream. I am doing the things that maybe some people don't do my things, and when people do their things, I don't do it, and I often give the strangest solution to get out of their problem, and of course that is the right decision maybe because it's strange and people will not figure it out before. And I also do some things that when I doing that things or that action, people will laugh at me, they mock at me. But when times goes on, they do it. So I am ahead of trend sometimes. And also maybe the third character is SpongeBob. Yeah, if you know SpongeBob, you will know me. Yeah. Okay, maybe this is my first speech. Thank you so much.
Wow, what a very smooth and I think genuine speech for you. I would say congratulations for Toastmaster Asia for succeeding your very first speech. I still remember on that. Now we are moving on to the second performance. I will invite the second evaluator, Toastmaster Melissa. Toastmaster Melissa, the floor is yours.
Thank you, our Mr. Tom. So today, Toastmaster Sinta will deliver her project, Level 1, Project 5, about researching and presenting. The speech will be 5 to 7 minutes, and the purpose is to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized, well-researched speech on any topic. So without further ado, please help me welcome Toastmaster Sinta, Gender Equality for Economic Growth. Gender Equality for Economic Growth, Toastmaster Sinta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Melissa. Am I audible? So good evening,
Yes.
my fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. I hope you are doing well tonight. My name is Sinta, and tonight I will share with you my speech on gender equality for economic growth in Indonesia. Before I start my speech, I would like to quote from the former Secretary General of the United Nations, Mr. Ban Ki-moon, several years ago. He said that every woman should live in dignity, free from coercion, free from violence, and also free from discrimination. So, yes, my speech today is very much related to the International Women's Day that we just celebrated yesterday. And talking about women in Indonesia, actually, they have achieved many progresses in the last decades. We can see that women in Indonesia, they have more participation in terms of education, in terms of pursuing economic opportunities within the workplace and also in informal sector, and also in terms of political empowerment. However, there are still many challenges in terms of gender equality in Indonesia. According to the Gender Gap Global Index by the World Economic Forum in 2021, our country ranked relatively low at 101 out of 156 countries in the world. So the rank is very low, also low compared with our neighboring countries in the Southeast Asian regions. So that brings me to my first point of this speech, which is related to several contributing factors of the gender gap in Indonesia. According to the research by the International Labour Organization in 2019, they found that at that time there was 20% of wage gap between men and women in Indonesia. So that means that men earn more still in Indonesia compared with women mostly. And also the gender gap between men and women in Indonesia, they tend to go wider in the top managerial position compared with the gender gap within the informal sector. And for example, in the political aspect, actually the government of Indonesia, they have issued this 30% of women quota in the national parliament since early 2000s. But also according to a research in 2017, they found that women were only represented by less than 20% still in the parliament. So it's still quite low percentage of representation. And another interesting interesting finding of the gender gap in Indonesia is that women above 30, they tend to not pursuing or climbing up in the career ladder, because there are still limited opportunities for them to balance their career and also their activities in the household care. And talking about household care, we know that the pandemic has a lot of impact on us, especially that we have to work from home. And obviously, it has also a disproportionate impact on women, because most of the women in Indonesia, they work in the informal sector, and also they work in the particular sectors, for instance, hospitality, accommodation, and food services. And those are the sectors that very much or severely hit by the pandemic since 2 years ago. So that is the situation in Indonesia. But how is the global experience, or how does the global situation see this link between gender equality and economic growth? So according to some researchers, there are actually links between gender equality and economic growth. According to the World Bank, last year in 2021, they have actually projected that by ensuring more women's participation in Indonesia at work, it would actually increase Indonesia's gross domestic product by 2.9% by 2025, which is quite a significant percentage in terms of economic growth. And this is mainly because nearly 2/3 of women in Indonesia, they are now in a productive age between 15 to 64 years old. So there are a very significant workforce in Indonesia. And also talking about business perspective, according to the International Labor Organization as well, by having more gender diversity in the top managerial position or in the board management of companies, it has been proved that it could increase the productivity and also the profitability of companies by even more than 60%. So that proves that by having more women and more gender equality at work, it can also contribute to the growth, whether in the company and also in the national economy. So coming to the conclusion is that although progress has been made in the past, still a strong gender policy within the workplace and also by the government is very crucial to ensure the quality of women's participation in pursuing their opportunities. And ensuring women's participation in the economy will not only boost the economic growth by the numbers, but will actually also diversify the economy itself. And lastly, having more women working in a more diverse sector or in the usually male dominated industry is actually as equally important as ensuring that women have their freedom of choice, be it to be a career woman, to be a housewife, or even doing both. Because it is time to break the bias and ensure that every woman has the right to live in dignity. Thank you.
Wow, what a very insightful speech from you. Thank you for delivering, inspiring us about the gender equality in Indonesia, Toastmaster Sinta. Well, now it's time for us to vote, but I think I need to make sure first, and I will call the timer. Could you please give the report about the time?
Yes. Congratulations to all of them because they are all qualified.
Both of them are qualified. Okay, congratulations. So it's time for us to vote. You can vote by chatting personally to the ballot counter, Toastmaster Christopher. So now we are moving on to the last session, that is evaluation session that will be held, that will be led by our GE, Madam Attila Salsabila. Attila Salsabila, the floor is yours.
Okay, our Toastmasters of the meeting, Toastmaster Hugo, thank you so much for taking over in the beginning. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. So yeah, we have now come to the part to the third session, which is evaluation session. In Toastmasters, in Toastmasters, evaluation is the heart of Toastmasters. So this is very important for all the speakers. So yeah, without further ado, I might call Toastmasters Christian, Evaluator 1, to evaluate our first speaker, Toastmasters Eki. So are you ready, Toastmaster Christian?
I'm ready.
Okay, so without further ado, yeah, I will give the control to Toastmaster Christian.
Thank you, Toastmaster Attila. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, as I mentioned, I will be evaluating Toastmaster Eki. Toastmaster Eki, let me share with you what I like about your speech. The first thing being you hit the objective of your manual. Introduction. We get to know you better. The second thing that I love about your speech was the fact that even though it is such an early stage of your speech, this is your first speech ever, you incorporated humor inside your speech. It is not easy, to be honest. Sometimes in your speech, we get very nervous, very first speech, you forgot about humor, and I applaud you for that. The third thing is you limit your topics to only two. These are the two characters that I would like to share with you. I am introverted and I am anti-mainstream. I felt that it was very concise and impactful. Now in Toastmaster, we learn on how to give input to the others. And these are the things that I would like to give you input on. Even though this is your first speech, I love drama. So by having dramatic opening, I think you may entice more attention to your speech. I think you can start your speech by saying that what unites us? Food. And that is exactly what brings me and in Toastmasters. Food unites me with all of you. Something like that will grab more attention in your opening. The second thing will be you mentioned that your characters are anti-mainstream as well as introverted. Introverted will be something that people are more familiar with, but anti-mainstream may not. I think you spend more time in explaining about introverted, but didn't spend a lot of time in anti-mainstream. And anti-mainstream was the one that we were very curious about. What are the things that you told your friend that you become the uh, trendsetter? And that is the one that we want to know out of the two characters that you had. So I felt that you may want to spend more time in the anti-mainstream part. And in Toastmaster, in delivering speech, we would want a certain provocation, especially in conclusion. You can say that in your conclusion, I'm active, I'm introverted, I'm anti-mainstream. You will get your surprise getting to know me. Bring it on. Things like that will make your speech impactful and more memorable. I think that's all from me. Thank you. Back to GE, Toastmaster Attila.
Yay, I always love to hear the evaluation session from Toastmaster Christian. So Toastmaster Christian is also my mentor when I first joined this club, and yeah, it's always great. Thank you so much. So yeah, so now I will be straight to call our evaluator two, Toastmaster Melissa, to evaluate our second speaker, Toastmaster Sinta. So are you ready, Toastmaster Melissa?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
ready.
So yeah, I will be giving the control to Toastmasters Melissa.
Thank you. Yay, Toastmaster Sinta. It was a nice topic that you highlighted today about gender equality and related and linking with the economic growth. I absolutely agree with you since I'm also a woman. So it's nice to hear such an inspirational speech content during the celebration of International Women's Day. Why? Because BMW car. I make a acronym of a brand car, which is BMW. The first one is Ban Ki-moon. He opened the speech with a statement from a well-known person to attract the audience attention. It was such a smart way to grab us attention. And the second one, marvelous flow. I love how you twist up the content. You started with the specific part and moving around to the general one, from Indonesia to global. It makes us, the audience, easily can grab the point since we live in Indonesia and we are already familiar with our country condition. And the third one, W, well researched speech. You mentioned the source completely, from who the speaker is, the time when they say it, and on what event they mention it. Bravo. And for the rooms of improvements, I would suggest 2 points. The first one is, although it's a research based speech, but you can make it more impressive by adding vocal variety and facial expression within it. So the audience can sense the light but impressive content you delivered. For example, when you compare the condition between Indonesia and global, you can make it like this. In Indonesia, do you know? Blah, 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 blah. You explain. And then you move to the right side, for example. But in global, you can see. Let me explain. Blah, blah, blah. You see the difference, right? So you can make it more light and like a story. Yeah. And the second one, I suggest you to add more about the application that we can do after hearing the issue, that what we should do to make it our environment even better after hearing such an inspirational speech. But overall, thank you for your motivational and inspirational speech. I'm looking forward to hearing your next speech. Thank you, and back to Attila.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Melissa, for giving such a wonderful evaluation to Toastmaster Sinta. So, it is the third session, which is my team that have to deliver the report. So maybe I will try to call my first team, our grammarian, Toastmaster Nikiteo. Are you ready with the report?
But if I do miss out any, please forgive me because sometimes my ear is not as quick as I think because sometimes the words come out but my ears cannot catch it in time. But anyway, let's proceed with the interesting quotes of the day. So we have Akila. She says, the only thing that women need to keep is dignity. We have Rizky who says, fight like a girl is not about physical. Girls fight through their intelligence, connection, and relationship. Okay, next, Rafi said, if you could empower women, it would benefit the whole organization. Christian said, each person has the ability to work for a better future if they are not differentiated solely based on gender. And then next we have Hugo who says that a woman can only do household work. A man must get a job out there. We need to break this conventional thinking. Okay, and Attila says, I can be a mom while also getting some achievements in work. And lastly, Sinta said, every woman must live in dignity, free from coercion, violence, and discrimination. All right, and next we have the grammarian reports, which is where I present suggestions that we can improve on the language usage, right? So nobody is perfect in terms of language usage, but we are here to help one another. All right, so so for the first one, I would like to highlight. Okay, so the timer said at 5 minutes, at 6 minutes, and then 7 minutes would be an informal way of saying. A suggested usage would be to say at the 5th minute or after 5 minutes. All right, and next we have someone who said housewife course. Okay, it is supposed to be pronounced as housewife chores, not cause. Right, next we have somebody who pronounced drama series as drama series. Okay, the word series should be pronounced as series. Right, next we have someone who said most of the people in the company is men. All right, the correct usage will be most of the people in the company are men because it is plural. Right, next we have somebody saying one of my colleagues, she is a woman. Okay, may not be necessary to repeat because she is already a woman. Suggested usage would be one of my colleagues who is a woman, then you continue, or you can just straight away say one of my colleagues, she, and then you just continue the sentence. All right, and the next one is the woman is pronounced as woman, as in singular, while plural version is pronounced as women. Okay, and lastly, organization is pronounced as organization, okay, and not organization. Okay, so I understand maybe in Bahasa you may say it differently, but in English it will be organization. And that is all from me today for the grammarians report. I hope that you all learned something, we all learned something. And over back to you, G. Attila.
Wow, what a very detailed report. Thank you so much, our grammarian. I believe that everyone in here are agree with me toward your report. You're so great. Thank you so much for giving us a lesson, a mini English lesson learning in such this time. Thank you so much. So next, I will be calling our ANWOD Toastmaster Rafi to give his report. So over to you, Toastmaster Rafi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Attila. So I will give my report. I do not have such detailed report like Toastmaster Nikki, but I will try my best so everyone could learn. So the first one would be Toastmaster Hugo. Toastmaster Hugo, you mentioned to and you mentioned one repeat words. You said I think in one of your first speeches when you opened this meeting. And then Toastmaster Attila, you mentioned 5 and then you also mentioned one repeat word. You said I can, I can. And then Toastmaster Christopher, you mentioned 3 and 3 and then Toastmaster Wita, you mentioned like. And then Toastmaster Melissa, you mentioned one repeat. I'm sure it's a phrase, or not. If not a phrase, it's a word. Then you said a bit. And then soon I guess is I don't know if it's Toastmaster or soon to be Toastmaster or future Toastmaster Fintaya. You mentioned 6 and 5. You also mentioned to repeat words same and I think. Akila, you mentioned 5 and 2 uh Toastmaster Eki, you mentioned 7 and 6 me, I said the most 11 and 3 I was nervous. I'm truly sorry. And Toastmaster Christian, you mentioned one repeat word like. And last but not least, Toastmaster Sinta, you mentioned 3 and 2 and you are the only person who mentioned the word of the day, dignity. So congratulations for that. I guess that would be all for my report. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Attila. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rafi. So everyone, today is kind of special since our evaluator is to be evaluated by another evaluator. So Toastmaster Melissa today will be have Toastmaster Melissa having her 4 projects. So I think this time to Toastmaster Clarissa giving the evaluation towards Toastmasters Melissa. So Toastmasters Clarissa, without further ado, I will be giving the control to you. Toastmaster Clarissa. Yeah. Okay, all right.
Hi, I'm sorry. Well, first of all, am I audible? I guess. All right. Can you guys hear my voice?
Yes, Clarissa, you are audible.
Thank you. Okay. First of all, I'd like to say that was a good work, Toastmaster Melissa, in evaluating Toastmasters Cinta. I think you did a very great work in a short time to evaluate and to point out all the good points that Toastmasters Cinta delivering. And I agree with Toastmasters Cinta that you give a very constructive evaluations to Toastmasters Cinta. You start out, I mean, you really follow out how a good evaluation should be given to a Toastmaster member when while they're giving their speech. I really like how you start out by giving out the good point, and then you continue by saying out the good point of Toastmasters Cinta speeches. Especially you point out you conclude Toastmasters Cinta speeches in three ways in BMW. In a short-term way, I think you can find out those short-term is a very brilliant. Yes, Toastmasters Cinta did a very good research on it, and it's because she is doing her projects, and I guess you're doing your projects too in searching the short-term in BMW car. I think it's very great. And then you also points out, and then the second one, you points out the facial expression, then you give the example on how to do that. I think that's very great too. And then you also give the suggestions on how Toastmaster Cinta can do a better on her next projects. I think that was very great. However, I think the part that you need to work on, I think your internet connections. It was a very good evaluations that you give, but it's a bit shaking from the views that I'm seeing right now. So I think you might working on that, and also I think you might also pointing out what can Toastmaster Melissa do for her next project. I think that's all from me. After all, it was a very good uh, evaluations giving to Toastmaster Sinta. Good job, Toastmaster Melissa. Thank you. Back to Toastmaster Attila.
Thank you so much for the awesome feedback to Toastmaster Melissa, Toastmaster Clarissa. So yeah, before I will give my a little report. So I encourage everyone to. Oh yeah, okay. Sorry. I got already the winner of the session. So yeah, I will be giving uh, a short report from GE. So yeah, I observed that we started on time, and the pre-meeting we sent the rundown, PowerPoint, and so on. We sent to the America, and then we did rehearsal in the beginning of the meeting. It good. It's good. And then I observed that during the meeting, everyone has one role, so it is not overwhelmed. Everyone has their one role, and yeah, everyone is already renamed their name, so it will be easier for everyone to like find someone and so on. And then the table topics, thank you so much, Madam Wita, to provide such a very related with our theme today, International Women's Day. And then we got a very low level speaker from our new member, Toastmasters Eki. Congratulations for completing your speech. You were doing great. And then Toastmaster Sinta for delivering such a very lovely speech. I really love your speech and very related to our theme today. And then our role takers, of course, Grammarian, all the way from Kuala Lumpur. So in short, I met Toastmaster Nikki in TLI. Yeah, he's awesome. I will be next time to visit your club. Thank you so much for helping today. And then for the NWOD report, thank you so much, Toastmaster Rafi, to count it down one by one from our speaker today. And then for the timer, thank you so much for using a different background color, so everyone must be very aware of their time remaining. So yeah, I think that's all from me. And because we are running out of time, so I will be taking the role of Toastmaster Christopher as the ballot to announce the winner. So yeah, this is the very most awaited moment, the announcement. So help me drum roll please for announcing the winner for table topics today. So the winner goes to Toastmaster Hugo. Yay! Toastmaster Hugo always win the table topics. Wow, like you're so awesome. Okay, congratulations, Toastmaster Hugo. Yeah, sorry, I don't have a time to make the certificate. So yeah, congratulations. And then moving on, our prepared speech. So help me drum roll again. The winner goes to Toastmaster Sinta. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Toastmaster Sinta, for delivering such a very beautiful speech today. And then lastly, we are going to drum roll for our best evaluator. So help me drum roll again. So the winner goes to Toastmaster Christian. Congratulations. I believe that he's not shocked because like yeah he's always got it. Congratulations, Toastmaster Christian. And then yeah, so this is the end of our session. I will be giving to Toastmasters of the meeting, Toastmaster Hugo, to close the meeting today. Okay, over to you, Toastmaster Hugo.
Thank you, Toastmaster Attila, and thank you for the teams for a very comprehensive evaluation and report. Ladies and gentlemen, now we have come to the end of our meeting today. Thank you all the participants for my fellow Toastmasters and soon to be Toastmaster for your attendance and your enthusiasm for our meeting today. I hope that you can enjoy our meeting and I'm looking forward to meeting you next time. Thank you at America for facilitating our meeting today. And last but not least, thank you, Madam President Toastmaster Attila, for trusting me as a Toastmaster of the meeting today. I want to say sorry if I make mistake during the meeting. And now I will be giving the control back to you, Toastmaster Attila, as Madam President.
Yay, thank you so much, Toastmaster of the meeting, Toastmaster Hugo, and yeah, thank you so much everyone for we hope that you enjoy the whole meeting and you got some takeaways and so on. So we cannot wait to have you again in our next meeting since we are running out of time again. So yeah, apology for the 5 minutes late to Ed Americas. Before that, I will be closing the meeting by the sound of this clap. So the meeting is officially closed. Thank you so much, everyone, for taking part and having fun together here. Thank you so much. Looking forward to see you in our next meeting, which is gonna be held in the 2020 March in Tuesday, still online. Okay, so everybody, can't wait to meet you soon. I will be giving the control to Genara from Air America. So thank you so much. Over to you, Genara.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Atila, and thank you so much to everyone for your participation today. I hope that everyone had a lot of fun and gained a lot of knowledge and insights. Now, earlier in this session, we asked audience members a trivia question, and that question was, is it true or false? Gender bias is the tendency to privilege one gender over another. And the correct answer to that is true. It is a form of unconscious bias or implicit bias, which occurs when one individual unconsciously attributes certain attitudes and stereotypes to another person or group of people. Shout out goes out to at firelord0zi underscore from Instagram for answering the question correctly. And thank you to everyone else who has also participated on our question of the day. Now you may be wondering, how can I develop an awesome idea for Ad America? It's very easy. You can visit our website at www.atamerica.org.id, and then you can select create an event and collaborate with us. All event proposals coming to us will be reviewed and your event might be featured with us soon. Also, don't forget to follow us on our social medias on Instagram, Twitter, and also Facebook at AT America for our event updates, fun content, and so much more. Don't forget as well to subscribe to our YouTube channel and newsletter. With that, I think it is time to say goodbye. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. My name is Ganara, and see you soon at the next Ad America event. Good night.